Let's go. Okay, that's just a walkout. Okay. Young stopper. All right. So, again, from an instruction standpoint, did they give you any feedback? Like, for example, always go with him, or what do they?
They told me to stay right behind him, but not to like be on his back.
Okay. So here's where I think you can get a lot out of this. Like you can see here, there's a huge gap between these two guys, right? If I'm you, I'm telling whatever his name is. What's this guy's name? Okay. Hey, step left. That way you don't got to follow him, and you just let him go cut the pass, and then he comes inside to cut the lanes because it's called a cover shadow. So if he can cover shadow this pass, the ball's not going to go in there. But there's a huge gap between these two, so that pass is going to come right in. Right. So, and again, you're at the professional level, so it's a little bit different because guys might not listen. But as much as you can, I would talk to them ahead of time, maybe before the game, and say, hey, look, anytime that they have the ball like that, I want you to step left, step right. I'm going to be telling you, hey, step left, step right, cut these passes. Because otherwise it's just more work for you. And you can just communicate it out. And that guy makes a big mistake. Okay, so two things. One, using this play, back up a second. Right here. I would say if you do it quickly, you can step into the ball, push it forward, and start driving to break a line. Maybe you break it on the dribble because there's a gap here. So maybe you come in here, you attract him, then you play it out in front. You don't, you delay, which is okay. The ball's slow. But then you also play it slightly behind him. If you can put it here, he can just turn and run and pick it up and carry with space. Okay. Recycle you, if I remember correctly. Yeah. Come here. I think it's a good decision. I would just drop. Get the hips open as quickly as possible. So again, same thing, right? That was the second time we're looking at it. It's going to happen again right here. So the more that you can get with them and be like, hey, listen, Myler, whoever else, close these gaps. So again, look, pocket right there. So ideally, this is what I would want if I was coaching this group. I would be like, okay, you come inside on him. You come inside, close the gap, close the gap, close the gap. And these passes are not allowed. Especially the guy that played at his level. I mean, you don't want balls getting to him. Now, luckily, he gave it away, but good pass. Okay. Not much we got to do with that. It's difficult for me to see, but was he offside on that run?
I think that's what I was trying to do. Step up.
It's tough. But you did a good recovery to stand him up. Good delay. So good recovery. I would say instead of attempting to hold the offside, which you can do, again, I would just go with him because that pass is coming. And then because if you make that step up and you're incorrect, it's clear. It's one-on-one. Obviously, he doesn't have the same pace he used to. This is really good. I like it, except for mistake, obviously. I like that you step out early. It's good. So let's look at that. Let's break it down. Okay, so you guys are dropping. It's fine. Keep dropping. So again, as much as I could, if I were you, I would look to keep your hips open because the worst thing that you could do is backpedal because you don't know what's here. It'll work at this level, but the more that you can backpedal, I think the easier it is for you to see the whole field. Because like now you can see it's easier to open your hips and see. Now, unless they're giving you a specific instruction, they want you to do that, then do that. But you come out early to block, which is good. Most center backs won't do that. I don't see many do that anymore. They used to, but not anymore. You'll see Virgil do it. But that's a good thing for you. But again, look, we talked about the half space. So let's bring it back a second. Okay, so ball's going to swing. You can see it's already forming. So just slide 3 to 4. And then as you're sliding, tell him, hey, and then he tells him. Because look, you can see this huge gap comes. And so this is what's causing you, at least the first half, caused you guys a lot of problems. Okay, now here. I want you to look what happens the second you play this ball. Hold on. Okay. Look. He's already noticing that you're looking to do that, and they're looking at the jump. So you can play this ball, but you can see it already activates a press from the opponent. So you play it, and the bounce is going to come. He's got to play it back to you. There's no other place he goes unless he plays all the way back to the keeper. And then you can see here. So it's not a bad thing. I'm just bringing awareness. And then look what happens here. He looks to play one touch because he's under pressure, and he pisses it away. And it leads to an automatic turnover. Now you guys got to shuffle to defend. So it ended up being fine, but just be careful.
That's what Mario told me to play him. That's what he told me to do, so I was listening to him.
No, I get it, but just experience as you get it. Because like that's just awareness, right? Like if you play that ball and you activate a press, and he's telling you to give me the ball because he's an older, more experienced player, but then he shouldn't be bouncing it back to you on one touch like that.
That's what I thought it was going to do. Because, like I wanted Yoa to just like move up and then I could play.
Mm-hmm.
But he kind of
Look at the gap. So, and there's only one guy. So if you come across here, give this space here, he comes across, he takes him, he comes across the cover. Because look at the gap that it comes into anyways. Good read. That was good. Way to pass a little slow. Good. I would just make sure the way to pass a little bit firmer.
I was talking I told him they're me, but I guess
He didn't hear you maybe. But yeah, if you're going to go to that, I would just close house. Which, hold on. Like I would just absolutely smash the shit out of that. Because that's Meyer, right?
Yeah.
Because a ball like that, I would just, I mean, he won't like it, but I would go through him. That's awesome. Good recovery, though. Great. So again, if I'm you here, you're good enough on the ball, I'd carry this 15. Like I'd be telling, I wouldn't even pass it. I'd be like, bro, get up. Because you're just, again, when you play him this ball, you guys are on the same line. So when you play him this ball, he's got nowhere to go but play back to you, unless he's going to turn, play back to the keeper, play back here. Like if you play him, it's different because it's slightly off a different line. You play him, it's different line. But usually when you play, it's still a vertical ball, but it's on the same line. Look, he's got to now turn and do this stuff. He's going to end up playing back to you or back across. So I would just tell him, hey, I'll carry. And so, look, check this out. Not often you want to be isolated one-to-one, which is what's going to happen here in about 5 seconds. Right here. So he's coming out to cover, which is fine. You're isolated, and he's technically isolated. So get him or have him cover with you, because if it's one ball and you, let's say you slip, it's over. So it's pressure, cover, balance. That's the key thing here. Where you two should be here, always 2v1. Because now what's going to happen? He's going to, and I would do the same thing. I play this ball as quickly as possible. Again, you do a good job to cover and close him down. So obviously your 1v1 to defend is usually pretty good. Nice job. Sometimes you just smash it to row Z and call it a day. Good ball. That was great. I like how you're always tight to him, which is good. Nothing much to say there. Good. You should post this on his social, like straight on Instagram. Good. Use that cover shadow as much as you can. The block. Yeah, the more you can cover shadow, the less work physically you got to do, the more you can just manage. As a center back, that's your greatest tool, is just managing a line and people in front of you. Because like if you step, and if this guy didn't help you, he might have been gone. So that's why if you can, it was still an open line, but if you can do, nice job Marquinhos, waste of time. Good block. It almost seemed like a lot of the Apoel guys didn't, what word do I want to use? It almost felt like an MLS game for them where it's like they know the season's over.
Yeah, I mean, the second half, they just stopped playing, so that's why there's like barely any clips in the second half. They were just attacking.
Yeah, it was a good game for you to go through, I mean, 100%. And you came out in a very strong position for obvious reasons.
And also, these guys have been playing for free.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know how good, so they're all kind of
Pissed.
frustrated and,
Yeah. Let's watch that one more time because I want to. I would say get there first. Don't let it bounce because you can see it puts you in a sticky spot. Obviously, it's getting late in the game. And then I don't know if it's a foul or not, but if you get there first before the ball hits the ground, you're going to be in a much better position. Good delay. Just be careful of your body shape at the very end. Everything was good except the very end. So if we watch this one more time. So this is where, when you know you're isolated one-on-one, I would not let him come inside because this is where he's right-footed. This is where you want to what? Keep him left. But you can see right here. So you're good, but then right here. You take one step back and then keep him here and seal him. But you can see right there, you can see you're already, I wish I could take it half a sec back, but you're on the same line as him and he can just cut you. So that's a small area that we got to work on improving. Would just be watching those lines. Because again, you got the pace. I don't think it's a pace issue, but there are probably guys faster than you. And so you don't want to be stuck in situations where the second thing here, that's still you, right? Yeah, that's you. I would not, in fact, I just saw a goal. Who scored it? It was, it happened last night in the Brazilian league, the Brasileiro. Just like this, except it was on the other side, ball's thrown in, guy runs underneath, touch, bang, top corner. So I would always make sure this guy, or it could even be your left back, whatever, but is doubling up here. Because you don't want to leave this space here, because if they throw, which he should throw, right, then you're isolated one-on-one, and now you got to hold him. But if you can have a guy in front of him, that pass is now gone, and if they do throw it, it's over. Okay, why did this happen, though? Do you know? Okay. So it's the same thing that you're having an issue on over here, just making sure it's out of your feet. So the idea is really good. You push right past him and gone. The other option is you could do that. I would just smash the shit out of it and just say, okay, thanks. Right, because you're in the 94th, game's over. Right, so the touch is okay. Well, the idea is good, but if you take a bigger one, you're past him, then you're out. So you got to duke for it, but it was the same thing that you're having. The ball was getting stuck with you, or you didn't push it enough. That's awesome. But I would say at this point of the game, get rid of it, clear it out, finish the line.